Little Miss Recap contains adult language. Little Miss Recap is intended for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Little Miss Recap. My name is Amy.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. Good morning.
For some reason, I just thought that the Johnny Carson Tonight Show theme was going to pop in as we were starting. I don't know why. All of a sudden, I was like waiting for it. Right. No, that's not going to happen because we're not Johnny Carson, nor with the Tonight Show.
No, we are not. Although I am strangely obsessed with that whole period of the late night wars, as I've talked about before.
I understand. I understand. I mean, I don't, but I do.
I have to say, again, I am asking. The BDFs have not answered. I don't remember who sent me this book, Alive Day, but I'm loving it.
I know. You keep raving about this.
Oh, it's so good. It's, you know what it is? And I probably said this last episode when I talked about it. I like memoirs and I try to get away from them. I'm like, oh, I'm going to read this historical fiction. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read that. For me, it's all about a memoir.
It's okay.
That's it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
People like what they like. I am over the period of life where we're going to shame people for enjoying the things they enjoy.
Well, I tried to buy some like summer mystery, true crime, romancy stuff.
No.
It's just not me.
No.
It's just
not. It doesn't have to be.
It's like I'll be reading it and I get bored very easily.
Right. Like you enjoy what you enjoy. You don't have to elevate your tastes just to elevate your tastes.
I just like memoir.
And that's fine. It. And actually, you like one of the things that people are like, ugh, I can't do memoirs. So
I know.
You're fine.
And I don't love celebrity memoir.
Okay.
This memoir hits me right in the happy spot. It's like, it reminds me very much of Maid.
Okay. Which I still need to watch.
Oh, I loved it. I love the book. I love the series. It's this, you know what? When I tell you what it's about, you're going to be like, oh yeah, it totally checks all your boxes. It's like this. Maid was similar. These women who had like crappy lives for one reason or another beyond their control and then found their way to writing.
Okay.
And that's what I love.
Yeah, of course. Because that's you.
Yes. And it's all about how like, you know, writing saves them and the importance of higher education. Like I love it.
Yes. This is hitting all of your notes.
I feel like I need to reach out to this woman and try to get her on for an interview.
Do it.
Just if I talk to her, like a real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. The worst that happens is she says no.
Well, the BDF who sent the books to us knows her. So that's why I have to find out who it is.
BDF, help us out here. Please.
Because I believe the whole premise was, hey, my friend wrote this book. I'd like to send you a copy.
Right.
So I've been scanning the group. I can't find it.
I don't know.
So I need the BDF to come forward.
Present yourself as I choke
I'll
on
put
myself.
a post in the BDF Facebook group, and that maybe will
light up
it.
somebody. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's a millennial, I think. So like a little bit younger than me, but her husband goes off to the Iraq war. He's hit by an IED.
Okay.
She becomes his caregiver. Like it's a whole thing.
Okay.
And then it takes a left turn and then, you know, she becomes a writer. Like it's a wonderful story and it's beautifully written.
Cool. I can't wait to read it myself.
I would love to talk to her.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my morning. And you know what, Amanda? I am so happy that I'm reading again.
Good.
It makes me feel really good because for some reason, and I don't know what it is, this is a me problem. This is not an external problem. I carry a lot of shame with me that I don't read as much as I used to or should.
Mm-hmm. I understand. I do too. I do too.
And so it makes me feel good that I'm doing this practice.
Good.
Of a half hour every morning. I know it's not a ton, but it's a half hour.
It's a half an hour more than
I was doing. Just like the 1 hour a week I go to the YMCA is better
than
zero.
That's right. Better than zero. Better than one. You're good.
I also want to say, I'm sorry, this is all about me this morning.
It's fine.
I also want to say my girls are graduating Friday.
I know. I was going to ask. Oh God.
I bought cards for them yesterday.
Oh shit. Did you sob in the store?
No, but I'm gonna write. I've decided I'm gonna write them like letters.
Okay.
In the cards.
Okay.
I don't know. It's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot, but you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you through this.
That's why, like, I've had a couple of people reach out about crossovers. I'm like, I can't think about anything until Saturday. Just let me get through this, please.
We're gonna get you through this. We're gonna get
Mhm.
you through this week. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
cry, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was crying in my tub yesterday thinking about it.
Oh God, your future suffering already. Okay, it's gonna be a lot. Thank God I'm unemployed right now. This is gonna be a lot for me to get you
This
through
will be your
this.
full-time job.
This week will be my full time job. Yeah, and that's fine. And cleaning the house because I got rid of
Uh,
the house cleaners again because I
okay.
don't have a job.
Okay.
And I really need to clean the
Oh.
house because it's kind of gross right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm
I'm
waiting. I'm waiting
just
till the kid goes home because then I can do a good clean of his bathroom and
I understand. I
just get it
understand.
all done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, so there's that. That's all happening.
Okay.
I'm reading, I'm crying.
I have a
I went out last night with some cousins, had some sweet, sweet wine.
nice,
Mhm.
nice. We
Mhm.
just watched Righteous Gemstones last night.
Are you loving it?
We are. We're now in season 2.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good.
because the first
Baby
episode was like
Billy
an
is the
hour and a
best.
half, and then they're all half an hour or so.
Yeah, yeah,
So
they're
you
not very
burn
long.
through them quickly. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
You're loving Baby Billy, right?
I'm deeply enjoying Uncle Baby Billy.
I'm
And
s
and Uncle Baby Billy's cousin, Whitney's child, Baby Billy's baby shower, and the baby bunnies.
I'm starting to think that Walton Goggins is getting real close to going on my twin flame board.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, I'm kind of shocked he's not there already, but someone's gonna have to come off.
No, we
We've
could
run
fit
out
him.
of room.
We could fit him. I do have to tell you that last night when I was with my cousin, so my cousin lives in San Diego, so he only comes in like once or twice a year, and he was in, and we met for dinner. And
Mhm.
my other cousin, my brother, my other brother, my other
Your
cousin,
brother,
yeah,
I'm Daryl. This is my brother
yes,
Daryl. This is
thank
my other.
you. That's where I was
I'm
going with
Larry.
it.
This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl.
Yes,
Mhm.
my other cousin was there, and I hadn't seen him probably in about 20 years,
Oh
so it was
wow.
catch up.
Okay.
So we were I was very much like Juan in this episode,
Ah,
seeing my cousin of 20 years.
right.
Um, so we were catching up on things, and somebody mentioned the Menendez brothers.
Oh shit.
And my one cousin knew nothing about it. So
Okay.
you know how the rest of the night went.
Yeah. So you had to educate him all night. Yeah, I'm sure, and
All
I'm sure he
night.
enjoyed that.
All night.
Yeah. Did
And
you?
my one cousin who's a younger man, he's only 30. He's going, "So wait, they shot their parents like in the face, and you
Yeah.
think they should get out of prison?"
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we think. That's
So then I had to
when
go.
you
I had
say
to
it that way, it
I
doesn't sound as
know.
good as it does
Well, I
in our
had to go into
brains.
the nuance around
Beep, beep.
between Lyle and Eric. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
But yeah, I realized that when I had my Bumble BFF date,
Mhm.
I didn't ask her opinion on Scott Peterson. I totally forgot.
Oh, Amanda.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I failed. I'll do better next time.
Okay. All right.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
We need a friendship test. Remember friendship tests from like
Yeah.
elementary school?
Yes.
We need one
Yes.
now. How do you feel about things like the Menendez brothers and
Mhm.
Scott Peterson?
Which Menendi is hotter? Is
Ah,
the question.
I see. Which of the Menendi is the hotter? I see.
Of the Menendi, who is hot?
Also, happy Pride Month, friends.
Happy Pride, everybody.
I'm super pumped. We're going to
Yep.
the pride flag raising today in our little town
Oh,
at
I
5:00.
I have to put my pride flag out. We fly
Yes.
our Polish flag
Yes.
10, 11 months out of the year, but for June we fly our pride flag.
Nice. So for the nobody who comes up your street because
Yes.
you live in the
Yes.
middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm,
cool.
mhm.
No, I support that. I
Mhm.
completely support that.
For the 85 deliveries from Shein and Amazon that I get
Mm,
for my children.
I see.
It's
I
for the
see.
delivery drivers. Yeah.
Well, then they know. They
Mhm.
know who you stand with.
Yes. Yes. All right. Are you ready to get into this nonsense?
Let's get into this nonsense.
Okay. This is 90 Day Fiance, season 11, episode 16,
Episode
Love on
16,
the Line.
which
And
I'm waiting for. Love on the Rocks.
I wrote, Amanda, that we have entered the everyone looks like they're calling off their wedding episode.
Yes, yes, it does kind of look like that. We have reached that portion of the program, and yeah, some weddings may happen, they may not happen. They're all going to happen. We know
We don't
this.
know. Yeah,
We know this.
we know this.
We know this.
So let's go with Sarper and Shekinah. And first, we need to discuss the 90 Day Bad Boy video.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Do you remember when we met Sarper? He was telling us he had been an exotic dancer.
Yeah, this person that was on my screen
Uh-huh.
did not know how to dance.
Did not know how to dance, nor
Danced
did he
like
know how to
Amy
lip sync.
Archer, like just kind of moved weirdly with fried egg eyes.
Hey, at least he didn't have the "When Harry Met Sally" white man's overbite, which is what I generally have, which is a yeah, it's not good. Which is why you and I aren't in our own music videos lip syncing and dancing because we can't do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, next time we go to Podcast Movement, we need to reenact a 90 Day Bad Boys
We
video with,
do.
like, Mary Payne and Matt and
Matt and
Poodle,
Juan,
yeah,
Chris. Yeah, that would be
yeah.
really good. Because
Um,
these guys can't well, Sarper really can't dance.
Sarper doesn't know like I said, when I was on Pink Shade, Mary Payne and I were talking about this, and I was like, "Leave it to the professionals like Rob. Leave being hot and sexy and unavailable to the professional fuckboys like Rob." 'Cause I don't
Okay,
know
at
what
least
this
you had
is,
the
Sarper. I
yeah,
don't know what this is.
thank you for the clarification, because at first I
Yeah.
thought we were singing Rob's praises, but
No,
no, no,
no,
no, no.
no,
He is
no.
the OG fuckboy.
Yes, as somebody over in the bunkies said, I am Robnatized, and I kind
Yeah,
of am right
yeah.
now. I'm trying to break out of it.
Do you know how many people have asked me how tall he is, and they're
Yeah.
shocked that you were into him based on his height?
Height made no difference that day, my friends.
No,
The sea was
nothing.
rough that day.
Because I think
Listen,
he's just a smidge taller than I am.
everybody's taller than me.
I know,
So, and
I
I'm
know.
trying to be less gross about that.
I know, and I appreciate that because that's
S-
something people cannot control.
Yes. So I just, I ran with it. He was
I
taller than
understand.
me. I
That's
mean,
all
he
you
could be
needed.
5'2" and taller than me. So. All right. So yeah, the video's bad.
It's bad. It's real
Mhm,
bad.
mhm. He doesn't even know how to lip sync. He's like,
No. Yeah. What he should have done is the trick that they tell you to do in church, which is just mouth watermelon, watermelon, watermelon.
oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't know the words, just watermelon, and it kind of looks like most words.
Okay.
But don't actually say it out loud because then you mess people
Right.
up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was like, I think I could be a drummer. So
Oh,
my dad's a drummer. My
yeah.
grandfather was a drummer. I'm like, maybe I'll see if my dad has an extra drum set and I'll try to learn how to drum.
Uh-huh.
So then because this song came on that I really love,
Mm.
and it has a really good drum line in
Is
it.
it in the air tonight? Because that's my favorite drum
No, it
line.
was uh I forget. But anyway, if it wasn't for you, it's
Okay.
called. If it wasn't for you, hold on. If it wasn't for you. I think it's Various Cruelties is the name of the band, but I
Okay.
can't remember. Anyway, it has a really good it's not Lone Star, Various Cruelties.
Okay.
It has a really good drum beat. So I was practicing on my steering wheels. I'm
Of
driving down
course.
my little country road,
Of course.
which is something I grew up with. My dad is constantly like all over the driver's seat.
Right.
So I'm doing it and I'm trying to sing, and I kept going horribly off the beat. And I'm like,
Oh,
okay, I can't be a drummer, and this is why.
no. Do you remember the videos of those like teen kids who were listening to old songs on YouTube and they would like be like,
Yes.
rating them?
Yes.
And when they hear it in
In
the
the
air
Air
tonight and,
Tonight.
and the beat drops and they're like,
Yes. Yeah. There were
"Whoa!"
2 twins.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
They
were
were
little
adorable.
twins, and they were yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love it. I
That was so
love it.
much fun. Okay. Anyway,
All right.
Sarper
So
kind of.
these 2 are hungover. He's still upset about the prenup, and he says, I am scared when she doesn't see me as I see her.
Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, but okay.
She says she is very aware of Sarper's past, and she needs to protect herself here. 2,500 women, hashtag never forget.
So we say.
And he has a book
And he has a book.
where he rates them. So she goes to get in the shower, and he's like, there you go. You always escape. Now he calls his family.
It's called taking a shower, dude. But okay.
Yeah. He calls his family, tells them about the prenup, and he's like, it's so last minute. We only have 2 days to get married. Mom's like, does she trust you? Now we have seen this family. They're totally supportive of Shekinah. They love her.
They love her. Yeah.
He tells them about his gross ultimatum,
Mhm.
and they laugh. And
Yeah.
the one girl says, I'm inspired by your creativity, Sarper.
That's his cousin, who we generally like.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a sister. It's a cousin, right?
It's his cousin. And I think it's interesting that, just at the random time he calls his family on camera,
They're all together.
3 of them together.
Mhm. Sarper now tells us he was married when he was 31 and
Mhm.
she was an angel. But this woman changed as soon as she signed the paper. She hated his family and totally changed, and that is a fear of his. And the family's basically like, well, we have to leave it here. So
Well, if
make
this
sure
is
you give us a call again someday.
if this is a fear of yours, then sign the fucking prenup.
Yeah, it's so weird. And he says, I am more confused than ever. And I wrote, yeah, because your family was zero help.
Yeah.
Zero help. They were just like, they Sean Robinson this.
We'll just have to leave that here. We're not going to settle this today.
No.
Good luck. Vaya con Dios.
Now Shekinah is trying to find him and Sarper is missing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Quick, I wrote, quick, put out an EPB for misogynistic Neanderthal with lip tattoos on his neck and 17 layers of jizz on his skin.
I was going to say put out the bat signal, but I like your description better. Yeah.
So they had a fight, she tells us, that morning over spilling coffee grinds.
Okay.
And he won't share his location, but she has an air tag on his keychain.
Of course she does. And how does he not notice this?
I have no idea because they're very obvious.
I have one on my keychain, and it's very clear that I have an air tag on my keychain.
So across town, she has shared his location with producers. They get to him because he could be in danger. No, he's in a coffee shop. And he's like moping around like a big baby. And that's where we leave them.
Oh, good gravy.
Okay. Thruple.
Okay.
Jesus.
Stretching out here, getting ready.
These people.
So we are finally in Guadalajara. After all of this time, we are finally here. Thank God.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Actually, every place they've been in Mexico has been gorgeous. So we see them throwing a coin in the fountain, and Amani says they're the best place they've ever been in. You've not really been in many places, girl, so that's not...
No.
It's not really that much of a flex, but okay. And now we're going to be introducing Matt and Amani to Ani's aunt and brother. And it's a big deal. They're going to bring flowers to try to soften the reveal. I mean, this is just normal. Like, we're going to your family's house. What should we bring?
Yeah.
Of all of this is the least offensive part.
I agree.
And we learned that Ani's mother and father have both passed away.
Yeah.
And she was raised basically by her aunt. And her aunt is the most important person in her life from a parenting perspective at this point. So she's very nervous to tell them. And Amani says she's nervous too. And what's the plan? And Ani's like, I don't really have a plan because I'm freaking the fuck out. And now Amani's freaking out because she's a planner. And that's the first and probably last time I ever identified with Amani in my life.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And it's done. Ani says she is nervous because her aunt is very religious. And this is not normal for her family. And she hopes that her family can connect with this and be okay. This isn't normal for most families, and that's fine. I mean, this is an unusual relationship.
It's an unusual
structure.
Situation. Yeah.
But the fact that Amani's like, I can't believe you're not. Ugh, I hate this bitch. Okay, sorry.
I know, I hate her.
Amani says of everyone, she understands because her family and her culture, which is why she really presses on Ani to go, go, go at her own pace, not Ani's pace, because she's been through it herself. What?
I know.
Generally speaking, when you have a similar difficult experience to somebody, that grows
you have more empathy.
Not the like, you have to do this now or we're going to break up.
Yeah.
Gene. Okay.
Unless you feel like you did it wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Which she probably did because she's
sure
terrible.
she did. And Amani's worried that her aunt not accepting the relationship could be the end of this. And they clearly don't want to lose Ani. Okay, whatever. So they're walking in and they're all like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm like, what is going to happen to you? Be murdered? Like, are we going into a haunted house?
Yeah, like if this woman's like, oh my God, I can't stand these two idiots. Fuck this, fuck that. They're no worse off than they were going in.
Right. Like, no one's going to throw things at you. So calm down. So they are meeting the aunt and her brother, and Ani's just hoping for the blessing, but also realizes they could completely disown her.
Yeah.
We're hoping for blessing. We could get disowning. And we meet the whole family. They all call her Brenda. And they think that Matt is the boyfriend and Amani is the friend. So I'm like, oh, this is going to go well. Now, Ani and Matt are holding hands, and Amani is just choking on her drink over and over and over again, which I kind of appreciate. I wish she would choke more. Yeah. That sounds terrible, and I don't mean to be that mean, but she's driving me crazy.
You don't want her to die. You just want a little bit of choking.
I want her to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's fair.
Just a little discomfort. And so Ani goes... So Matt is my boyfriend. And Amani is my girlfriend too. Also, I like girls. Also, they're married to each other. Also, I have a relationship with both of them. Also, I want to marry both of them. So we're just like one and one and one. And we're just rolling it all out there. Hey, I mean, if you're going to rip the Band-Aid off, just rip it the fuck off.
Rip it
like,
off.
She couldn't have done more of that if she tried. So Ani is all flustered. And Mani says in her talking head, the brother and the wife are shocked. The brother and the wife.
I hate this woman.
I hate this woman.
She is so, like, everything she says is so dehumanizing and gross.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
objectifying and gross.
If I meet somebody, like, you know, if I meet, like, when I met Todd's family, I'd been with him for 6 months. I meet his parents. I have a natural, like, affection for them.
Sure.
Just based
of
on the
course.
fact that I love him and these are people he loves. And until I learn otherwise, I'm into them, right?
Yeah.
I would never have been like, oh, I met the mother and the father.
Because Ani is just an object to her.
I know. It's
So everybody
gross.
in Ani's life isn't real.
No,
they're just objects.
They're objects.
Yeah.
And also, Amani says, and the aunt looks unhappy.
Well,
Her aunt, her brother, Alex, I don't know, whatever their fucking names are. And eventually her aunt's like, wow, I'm shocked by all of this. Like, everyone's just kind of struck dumb by this. Which, okay.
Yeah.
Ani's aunt says, but the three of you can't really get married religiously, right? Like, like her aunt is just kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is this even? Like, she doesn't even seem to be judging just so much as like,
she probably is just completely unfamiliar with this scenario.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she's just like, is this a possible?
I'll be very honest with you. Like, if I strolled into my parents, who I consider very liberal and progressive, if I strolled into them and I was like, you know, this is Amanda and Todd, I want to marry them both, they would be like, well, how does that happen? What are you talking about? Like, even they would be like, what?
What?
So I'm not surprised that this woman is very confused and doesn't know what's happening.
Me neither. And she actually seems like she doesn't really get upset. She's just trying to figure out what the fuck they're even talking about.
Exactly. Yes.
And so her brother and sister-in-law are like, we are shocked by this. What the hell? And so Amani,
you know, that sister-in-law is like burning up the phone line to her family that night. Oh, you're not going to believe this.
She is immediately on the phone with her sister. Like, girl, I got to tell you what my sister-in-law is doing now. Shit's crazy over here.
Yep. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support.
And Amani says, tell them, she just barks orders at Ani. Tell them we've been married for 10 years and we are willing to divorce to marry you and it'll be a better life for your kids. So tell them how we are saving you from yourself. You
tell
loser.
Them. Tell them how we are like, you know, white savioring this. Pretty
exactly.
much. Yeah.
Exactly. And all of a sudden her brother's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Then her aunt is like, I don't get it. Wait, both of these people are your partner? Like, her aunt just keeps being like, what? And Ani tells them that Amani and Matt are going to take care of her. And it isn't Brenda against the world, Matt tells her. It is the three of them now against the world. Tell them that, Brenda. Tell them. And her aunt's like, says, okay, this is hard, but like, if it makes you happy and your eyes look happy, so great. I'll even come to the wedding. Okay. This was nothing. Nothing. Now, this could have been a lot, and I understand Ani's concern because she was coming out.
Absolutely, it could have gone a different way.
Could have gone a different way, but everyone was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Amani says, this is what they came here for. They are so sure that this is right, and there's no one else that they would do this for.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's where we leave them.
All right. Okay, thank God.
Oh, God, these people.
I guess we're not going to see a wedding from them. You know what? I bet you it's going to end with the proposal.
It'll end with the proposal, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Jessica and Juan. Okay. Well, I'm changing my mind about Juan a little bit.
Okay. What?
I don't like his behavior here.
Okay. I think he's being an asshole here.
Yeah. I know what it's driving it, but he's being an asshole. Mm-hmm. So they have 2 days to wed, and they're driving around in that car with that kid screaming again. All you hear is,
Poor Juan was living such a fun life on a cruise ship, and now he's in Torrington with a screaming baby, and it's cold out.
You know how Natalie always had crib everywhere she went? Juan or Jessica just has screaming children around her at all times. So they arrive at the rental house in Colorado. It's very
It's
nice.
lovely. There's a
Juan
lot of word art there too.
Oh, yes, there is. Well, Jessica checks.
She
She
has
makes sure.
she only
Yeah.
stays in word
She
art.
brings her own word art if she has to. So Juan says, "We're still really happy. We're getting married. Everything's good." Juan has his cousin Leonardo coming from New York, and his auntie and uncle are coming from Spain, and he's so excited.
This is wonderful. I'm so glad he gets to have
I
family
was
there.
so happy for him.
Because so rarely do folks get to have their family. So I'm so happy he
Well,
does.
and don't forget his parents are passed,
Mhm.
so he really needs a familial connection,
Yeah,
and I'm very happy this is happening.
me too.
So aunt and uncle arrive. He's so excited. He's so happy to have them there. Juan's uncle, I was crying here.
Oh God.
Juan's uncle says, "I dreamed about your mother, and she told me to come here for you."
Oh, that's so
And
sweet.
the auntie says, "I can try to fill a little bit of your mother's space."
Oh,
These people are lovely.
they are really lovely. Everyone we've met in Juan's life has been lovely.
Yes. So the next day, Leonardo comes. He's going to be Juan's best man, and he hasn't seen the auntie and uncle in 24 years. So everyone's crying, including me.
Of course.
So now Juan and Leonardo, okay, so they leave to go to the store,
hmm
and they have a chat in the car about Juan adapting to being Mr. Mom, but he calls it Mr. Dad, which I
Which
thought
is
was pretty
it's
hilarious.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love
So,
that movie back in the day.
oh yeah, Michael
So,
Keaton.
mhm.
Mm. So Juan says he's worried his kid will not know his culture. And Leonardo says, "Yeah, that can be a problem. We talk only Spanish in our home.
Uh-huh.
English is for school, Spanish is for home."
Yeah.
And I will tell you that when I was a teacher and I was doing my not my student teaching, but before that you have to do observation,
Yep.
and I was observing at a elementary school in South Scranton, and there's a large Hispanic population in South Scranton, so there's a lot of ESL, English as a second language
Yep.
classrooms and stuff. And I remember the teachers, they were just so they didn't know what to do because they were really struggling with the kids who were learning English in school weren't getting practice at home
Ah, yeah.
because the family was so this was like they didn't know what to do.
Mhm.
So what they started doing is bringing in aides who spoke Spanish
Okay.
and who could work with the parents. It was
Mm.
interesting. It was just interesting to see how schools deal with this.
Yeah, because it's a challenge of how do you teach kids a language without giving them the opportunity to practice. I mean, kids
Right.
soak up language, particularly when they're immersed in it. But if you don't have the opportunity to be immersed in it, it's a lot more challenging.
Like for Leonardo and his wife, it sounds like this is a choice because they
Mhm.
speak
They
pretty
both speak
solid
Spanish.
English.
Yes.
But for a lot of the kids in the school district, like their parents didn't know English.
Right.
So they just started opening up classrooms to have the parents in and learn.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, it was nice. And we do need more Spanish speaking teachers in
Mhm.
our schools to accommodate this, but it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
but
always
anyway,
fascinated by, like, multilingual households.
me too. And it reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, those kids, they should be practicing a little bit of English somewhere outside of school, but whatever. So he tells the camera, oh, I'm sorry. So first of all, they were supposed to go to the store and now they're in a bar. So I don't know what's happened here.
It
I
sounds like
mean,
guys'
same,
errands. Sounds like an afternoon of guy errands.
same. So they're in this bar and they're talking about him learning Spanish and blah, 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 blah. And Juan tells the camera, Jessica has been promising to learn Spanish for 4 years.
Mhm.
And I wrote, this woman was raising 3 kids on her own and working.
I know. It's I understand why he feels frustrated that she hasn't made steps forward to learn his language.
I do
I also
too.
understand why she's like, "When would I have had fucking time?" And also, it's gonna be easier for him to just teach her.
I also think that he is just so upset and hurt and anxious and worried about his life changing
Yeah.
that he's like, I just need to know that my culture at least is not going away.
And
And
that
I think that anxiety is coming out in this way.
and that his kid will understand where he comes from. But, like, Juan, you get to be in control of that.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
to bring as little of your own culture to your family as you choose to.
I agree. So he tells the camera he will not marry her in one day unless she learns Spanish. One day. I think what he meant to say is unless she agrees to it, but
Right, because I
the
don't
way
think she's
he
gonna
said
learn the whole language in a day.
the way he said it sounded pretty funny.
I mean, I know people have done really well with Duolingo, but I feel like that's a big stretch in a
That's
day.
that's Duolingo, like, yeah,
Duolingo
times
on
10.
speed or
Mhm.
something, like, I don't know what's happening.
I need a 8 ball and $2,000,000. Yeah. So Juan gets all wound up and goes back to the house because he's all wound up now by
Yes,
Leonardo.
of course.
And he takes Jessica outside and lays this on her the night before the wedding.
What are you doing,
And to
dude?
Jessica's credit, I think she also knows he's panicking.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think she knows that he doesn't mean this the way that it's coming across.
Right. Because it's not coming across well at all.
No. So he says he wants his son to know Spanish. And she says, I was trying to learn it, dude, but I was busy. Do you not see
Right.
the screaming children around me at all times?
And do you know how much word art I had to go buy? I'm
Yes.
very busy.
Yes. Sometimes I have to make my own word art when I can't find any.
I have to go to those like workshop places and make my own word art. I have to be at Home Goods every week in case there's new word art available.
Well, he says you shouldn't say you don't have time to learn your son's culture.
That's not what she's saying.
No, it's all a deflection.
I
He is
know.
very upset right now. And Amanda, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think this marriage is going to last
I don't think it is
because I
either.
don't think he is going to fit in this life.
No.
So unless she makes a dramatic move.
Yeah. He
I don't know
he
what's gonna
wants to
happen.
fit in this life, but it doesn't fit.
Mm-mm. She says, I've been so busy. This feels really shitty. And I feel really blindsided by you with this.
This is like when when I went on point when I was taking ballet and they tried to shove my size 8.5 feet into size 6 point shoes, saying that they have to be small. And I'm like, I don't think they should be 2.5 sizes too small. Didn't go good. This
How
is what
long
we're
were
doing
you
to
on
Juan.
point?
Oh, for about 10 minutes.
Okay. I was on it for 2 years.
Yeah.
I will tell you, my feet are still fucked up.
Yeah. It's
I say that
horrible.
all the time. I'll say to Timmy, that's my ballet for you. Like my
Mhm.
feet are so fucked up from point.
Yeah. I love toe shoes. They're so pretty. I love
Mhm.
all of it, but it
Mhm.
fucks with your feet big
Mhm.
time.
Yeah. I have a lot of trauma around ballet. I can't go
I
down
know.
that road
We don't
right
have
now.
time for that today.
Um, but I just feel like if so, I'm trying to think about if I were Jessica's son's father.
Mhm.
Okay, say Timmy and I got divorced,
Yes.
and Timmy remarried.
Yes.
For some reason, Timmy had custody of our children. I
Okay.
didn't, like full custody,
Right.
and we just shared. And Timmy came to me and said, "I want to move away, and I'm going to be taking the girls." Because I have this other child with this person, and that other child's life is really going to suffer
Right.
if I don't do this. So, would you be okay with me moving like an hour further
Right.
from you so I could be closer to, like, I don't know, a town where he could
Yeah.
work and blah, blah, blah? I think I would, if I were the father, I think I'd be like, okay, I think we can try to make this work for your other son.
Yeah. But you're
'Cause he-
also a very other thinking person.
Because he's not only your other son, but he is my son's brother.
I know.
And I want him to have a good life.
For sure. But
Yeah.
most people, A, aren't that altruistic. And B, we know nothing about the relationship between Jessica and her ex-husband.
No, we don't.
If it's not good,
Yeah,
he could
It's
just
true.
be like, well, fuck off. I don't really care. Your
Yeah,
problems are not
that's
my
true.
problems.
that's true.
Who knows?
All right, you ready for Mark and Mina?
Oh, this is making me so sad, Amy.
I was really sad by this.
I'm sad for her because I believe in their love.
Oh my God, I do too.
I believe in their love, and I didn't know I'd get here. And maybe
They
she
fooled
just
us. They tricked us.
maybe she just needs some more time with Martini Pat.
Maybe the Pat's Martini and Cupcake
Cupcake
need
can
to
help
get
her.
on this.
Yeah, I think they could help her through this.
So Mina and her sister, I wrote Alex. Is that her name?
Alex is her name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about how shitty American bread is. And, okay.
They're not wrong,
I get it.
particularly if we're talking about, Stroman sandwich bread.
Yes.
It's not great.
Mina is waiting to hear about her son. She's very anxious about this. And Mark takes her to the wedding venue to see it. And it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Now they meet with Caroline, the wedding planner, and she asks, okay, this was a little put on because your whole head count doesn't hinge on one.
Right. Exactly.
She's like, oh, well, I need that final count. Is it going to be 83 or 82?
Right.
Because that makes a huge difference in your billing.
Right.
It's like, here's the $30.
Here, I'm just going to pay for 85 and whoever
Yeah.
the fuck shows up,
Yep.
shows up.
So for some reason, we see the full bill in detail. I don't know why.
I don't know why either,
It
but who
it
cares?
looks like it's costing about 20,000.
Okay.
Okay. They're having 80 people. That's pretty good.
That's not bad because
Yeah.
it looks really nice.
Yeah. Mina gets a call and it's about Clayton.
Oh,
He cannot come to the US.
I know.
Ugh.
Oh God,
I
my
wrote,
heart
get
breaks.
this fucking kid there. What are you doing?
I know, and there's nothing they can do about it. That's the
I
hard part.
Well, here's the saddest part. The kid is packed and ready to go and
I
nobody's told
know.
him. Who let him pack?
I know.
No. God.
This
So
poor sweet little baby angel.
Mina is in another room. She's trying to gather herself. She comes back in. She just starts sobbing. Caroline, the wedding planner, did the exact right thing and got up and
Got
ran
the
out of
fuck
that
out.
room.
Exactly. She's like,
That's what you do.
Crying bride, I'm out.
Yes. Yeah. So she says, I'm not getting married. And that's where we leave them. And Mark's like trying to console her. Here's the thing. They need to get married so he can adopt him immediately. And then
Yes.
he'll be able to come over easier, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or if you want to, and I know it's the day before or whatever, just go to City Hall. Just get legally married.
Mhm.
Have the wedding when
Mhm.
Clayton can be here.
Yeah, they can do that.
That's what I would do. Like,
But it
I
looks like
understand she
everything's
wants
paid
him
for
there.
and done, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But that's what
Mhm.
I would have done. As soon as it became iffy if Clayton could be there in time, I'd be like,
Good
okay,
point.
we're just
Yeah.
gonna go sign the paper.
Mhm.
We will have the wedding when he can
Amy
be
and Timmy
here.
style. Just go
Exactly. Just
at the magistrate when other people are paying their tickets.
whatever you got to do.
Mhm.
Just sign it and be done, and then have the big party wedding when Clayton can be there.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I would
agree.
do. It's sad. I feel really bad for her because she's. I mean, she seems to be a really good mom.
She really does.
She seems to really want her
she
kids.
is so devastated by this.
I know. This isn't like a Jasmine, like, I want my kids here, but I do nothing to make that happen.
Exactly.
Mhm.
But I think pulling out of the wedding is a mistake because get married,
Yeah.
get him to start the adoption process. That could help in the visa.
It could. Yeah.
I don't know. It may or may not, but it can't hurt.
It can't hurt now.
Yeah. All right, Greg and Joan, you ready?
Greg and Joan.
Gregory and Joan, you taking a shower?
Yeah.
All right, so it's one day to wed, and they are going to the wedding rehearsal tonight. I had a total change of heart on these two as well.
Here's the thing. He's a loser.
Yes.
He's a loser.
By all metrics.
I feel like we can all agree on that. We are a divided nation, but I feel we can all come together and say, Greg is a loser. That said, they really love each other.
Yeah.
And I get why I see the attraction between them.
Well, I'm wondering if the loser part was their storyline.
If we're really amping up the loser portion.
Yes.
Though I will say I was listening to Kim and Kyle. In evidence, one of their listeners had found Greg's salary on because he's a state employee, so you can find his salary.
Yes.
And it was like $35,000 a year. Okay,
Ooh,
fine.
on Long Island?
That's real low on Long Island.
Wow.
We're just going to say that's what it was. But apparently he only made like $8,900 or something. So like he didn't keep this job real long.
Okay.
So
I'm wondering if Lucille and her husband have a lot of money.
I don't know.
Because these could be the people, and I know them well, who live very frugally.
Right.
But have a ton of money.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Like my mother's ex, whose mother would take all the jellies from like restaurants and stuff.
And was a millionaire.
Not only did she take the jellies, she would take them out of the packet and put it all in jars, and it was rainbow jelly.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's more time than my grandma ever invested.
Yeah. And she was real fucking rich because she didn't spend a penny on anything. Yeah.
Okay. So Joan hates surprises. She's not happy about this, but he's rented a house for them for the next few nights. And I wrote, okay, I'm starting to think this whole thing is made up.
Yeah.
Like him being a loser and da-da-da-da. She wants to own this house. And they have a cute little like confessional together where they talk about raising a family there. They love each other.
They're into each other. I don't get why she's into him, but she is.
I mean, maybe it's a situation where like we know Joan is a powerhouse of a woman. She's got a career.
She's so serious. She needs a silly,
and
soft side to her.
Maybe once she can work here, she's going to be able to get a really good job. And he could be a little bit of a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Greg has purchased traditional Nigerian outfits for them. He couldn't get Ugandan outfits, but he got
Nigerian.
And he ordered some caterers to bring in some African food. This is really sweet.
It is really sweet, but at first when he said Nigeria, I was like, dude, she's from Uganda.
I
Do
know.
you know that?
I know.
I know you've been there. Do you know that?
Speaking of Nigeria,
Yes.
can we talk about Angela and Michael?
The fact that he gave her $200,000.
Okay, so I misread it, and I thought she gave him $200,000. No,
it's in court documents.
She had to admit to it.
Yes.
Oh my God! Just when we thought she didn't get worse. Wow.
How much money though was he scamming out of people to be able to come up with $200,000 to give to her?
It's not like he has some awesome job,
right?
And we know that when we know that when they filmed the show, he's not paid. The foreigner's not paid.
No.
So Angela had the money.
Right. So what the fuck was he doing?
Unless they count it as she didn't split it with him.
Maybe. But no, I don't know. I don't know. But wow.
Like, in other words, if Timmy and I are on a show and Timmy can't get paid, say he's a felon or something, he can't get paid. I get $50,000 and the agreement is I'm going to split it with him. And I never do.
Yes.
Does that count as Timmy has given me $25,000?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know
either. But like, remember when Angela came over there and just took his car apart with her bare hands?
Remember when he manipulated her with cake?
Yes. Yes. We all remember the cake manipulation and the buying of the microwave off the side of the road for his mother.
Yes. All right. So, and Michael's mother was lovely and treated Angela with way more respect than she deserved.
Absolutely.
So Lucille shows up and she's like, I was surprised to see Gregory in those garments. I'd rather see him in a traditional suit. And she does say, though, that Joan looked beautiful. And she says, we'll do whatever we need to make Joan happy and comfortable here.
I know.
That was very lovely.
Sometimes Lucille is sweet. And sometimes she's like, you're on your second shower.
This is all made up.
I think it is, too.
Lucille's picking through the food going, is that a bone? Is this spicy? And Greg does a great toast.
Mm-hmm.
And he has another surprise and he brings in African dancers.
Which is so sweet.
And Joan is dancing her ass off.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote, this is really sweet. And Joan tells the camera, this is my best day and I feel really loved. And I'm like, isn't that what everyone hopes for? Just to feel loved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does. I feel like he loves her and I feel like he sees her.
Yes.
In a way that a lot of the Americans don't tend to see their foreign partner.
Yep. So the next day it's their wedding day and she's headed to the salon. Now 2:30 p.m. there's a noticeable mood shift.
Uh-oh.
Greg is very upset. He says he pulled a Robin Brown with the invitation.
Fucked up the invitations.
He wrote on the invitation that the wedding started at 6:30, but the ceremony starts at 6:30.
But that's when you'd put it on the invitation anyway.
So he's like, so I wrote, can't he just push the ceremony back 15 minutes?
But I fail to see the problem here. Like, our ceremony started at 6 o'clock, whatever time it was. On the invitation, it said ceremony 6 o'clock, reception to follow.
But I think if it said ceremony at 6 o'clock, people would know they should arrive earlier.
But I don't even think it said, I think it said like wedding begins at 6 o'clock. Like, people
and
are going to be there.
You were walking down the aisle right at 6 o'clock.
Like 6:02, 6:03. And people were filing in at 5:45 because it began at 6.
Okay. I don't think it's this big of a deal.
I don't think it's this big of a deal either.
I think you say to the minister and we saw the place they're getting married. You say, just shave 15 minutes off cocktail hour. Right. There we go.
But he's like, but we paid for all this stuff. I'm like, dude,
first of all, you didn't.
You didn't pay for a fucking thing. Mm-hmm. Second of all, everyone's going to get enough gin and tonics, dude. Don't worry. Everyone's going to get their money's worth.
Yeah.
If you are 10 minutes late.
Right. I almost want to go bottle of red, bottle of white. Okay. So he cries in a confessional and says, Joan is depending on me and I really dropped the ball here.
No, you didn't.
No. And Lucille goes, it's fine. Let's just start texting people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Or just start texting outside a building somewhere with a sign that says wedding moved to other location.
Even if you text, even if you text 50 people.
Yeah.
That's better than none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And here's the thing. Just have somebody stand outside And when Joan, because he doesn't want Joan's walk down the aisle to be interrupted.
And
Have
that's totally
somebody,
fair.
the wedding planner, we
Yeah.
saw her, we met her.
Yes.
Have her stand outside. And if people are approaching, say, just wait here until she's done walking down the aisle.
Yeah,
Done.
this is not hard. Like, we've all been to theater where they like wait till a quiet moment for people to file it. Like, this is really not that big of a deal, Greg. But
unless you're at a Ryan Adams show and he stops the entire concert to yell at you because you're moving in and out too much.
Oh, did that happen to you?
Not to me.
Oh,
but it's happened when I was there. Wow, he's such a baby.
I know.
God, I love his music so much. Not Bryan Adams, Ryan Adams.
Yes.
Correction. Little Miss Recap will return in a moment. For ad-free episodes, visit littlemissrecap.com/support. Okay. Take us to the end here with Alliya and Shawn, which I was so pissed off at Alliya here.
I am too.
I am. And this is fucking ridiculous.
I'm team Alliya 99% of the time, but this
not
was,
now. Not
this
today.
was a dick move.
Yeah.
This is not cool.
I agree.
So it's their wedding day. Maxwell is waking them up. Again, when are we getting Maxwell? Yeah. I feel like every podcaster who's recapping this is like, I want Maxwell.
Yeah, he's cute.
This dog is so
real
cute. And Alliya says she's very excited. And Shawn's like, it's going to be crazy hot. And I am here as somebody who got married on a crazy hot day to tell you it fucking sucks. Like, my ex-mother-in-law started passing out during our photos. It was that hot out.
We got married at City Hall, but we had a party, like a reception. And it was July 29th.
Ours was July 24th. It was so
in Northeast
hot.
Pennsylvania. It was so fucking hot. And I was pregnant and dead sober.
Yeah.
And all the things.
Not fun.
No.
And Alliya says she has a surprise for him and she wants their wedding to be about love and their future, but she understands that this prenup is important to him. So she has decided to sign it.
Yeah.
So she goes and gets it. She signs it saying that she hopes they never need to use it.
You will.
You will. And she says, happy wedding day. And he says, I'll have it framed and hung over our bed. And she's like, great. So you can remind me about it every single day. And he's like, no, so we can see it's just one more day we didn't have to use it.
He's so fucking passive aggressive.
He's so weird.
Jesus Christ.
He really is weird. I don't think I like him.
He's real passive aggressive.
What I mean is I don't think I'd want to be his friend because I think he's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
He's a real prickly pear all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's not fun.
I agree.
So Alliya tells him that he needs to leave so she can get ready. And he's like, it's going to be, you can't be late this time. Like, you can't show up late. This cannot be the engagement party again. And she's like, don't worry. I'll be fine. That's why I'm getting ready early. I've got it all planned out. We're going to be good. Spoiler alert. It's not good. So Shawn is now doing his mom's hair. And he says, like I've done for all of my weddings. And he tells his mom that Alliya did sign the prenup, so they get to be a wedding. His mom, Jeannie, is super happy. I like his mom a lot.
Me too.
Jackie shows up again, which is, we needed Jackie to help with this prenup situation. But now Jackie's showing up here, which is fine because Alliya only has Jackie.
Yeah, but Jackie's not much of a help in this situation.
Jackie dropped the ball here.
Big
Jackie
time.
needed to keep our girl on a schedule, and she failed. She just was pouring champagne instead. Shawn says, look, the wedding starts at 5, and I work in an industry that everything is planned down to the minute. So he starts reviewing the plan, and he's like, at 3, this is happening. At 3:02, this is happening. And all day through all of this, we just see the clock ticking with time left for the wedding, which is the first indication that this is not going to be okay.
Right.
So Jackie and Alliya get to the venue. It is beautiful, this place in Sonoma.
It's gorgeous.
And Aaliyah's like, the weather doesn't bother me. It kind of feels like Brazil. Like, I'm fine with the super hot
She's used
weather.
to this.
Yeah, this is not bad. And she talks about how Shawn hates how long it takes her to get ready, but this is the most important day of her life. And it's going to take her a long time, and that's okay, which is why she's starting early, supposedly. Now, we find out Shawn's mom, we get a black screen of death, and we find out Shawn's mom has an emergency as he's getting ready to leave. Yeah. This is scary. I'm worried
I
about
know.
his mom.
I was like really freaked out because you heard her yell.
Yes.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's not good. And he says he found her on the floor in agony. We see her, she's icing her ankle. She says that her hip really hurts. And he's right. He's like, my mom is 82. Like, A hip injury at this age is a really big deal.
Unlike Carrie Bradshaw, who slipped in her socks. Did you see the new episode of In Just Like That?
Okay, we need to talk about how fucking terrible this show is. Why?
Oh god.
Why is this show happening?
And why
And
do
why
we
are we
keep
all hate watching it
watching
together?
I didn't even get through the first episode. I like ended so I didn't see this whole Aiden
You
phone
didn't see
sex
the
thing
phone
that people
sex?
are talking
Oh.
about.
Oh, it's
I
so bad.
I just have a real problem with we'll save it. Let's do a corner at the end. Okay.
Okay.
Finish Shawn and Alliya.
So he's asking her if she needs to go to the hospital. She's like, no, I'll be fine by 5, which this is a full-on Amanda move. I'll be
Mhm.
fine. Don't worry
Mhm.
about me. I don't need
What
help.
would Amy Archer do in this
You'd be
moment?
sitting here crying, going, I need to go to the doctor right
Yes. I need everybody to gather around me.
now.
Yes.
Maybe give me my last rites because I think I may have sprained my ankle.
Yes.
So he knows that his mom is in a lot of pain. And
Mhm.
he's like, don't come to the wedding if you're still in pain. And she's like, I'm coming to the wedding. And he says, my mom
Mhm.
says she will die at the wedding rather than miss it. And
Mm.
this is not how he thought he'd be spending his wedding day. I feel bad for him and
I
her.
feel
Like,
bad for
this
him too.
sucks.
Yeah.
So now we are continuing our wedding preparations. The girls are drinking champagne and toasting, and it's 3:00. Alliya has not done her hair yet.
Mm-mm.
She went in and took an hour-long shower, as best we can tell. Okay,
Where's Lucille?
where's Lucille, first of all?
Mhm.
Second,
Alliya, why are you taking an hour-long shower, honey?
what do you have to do in the shower that lasts an hour?
I don't know. I mean, I'm in the tub watching TV and crying, but that's the tub.
And you're watching TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I
I
don't
think the
know.
longest shower I've ever taken is like 20 minutes. And that's when I was sick and I was like doing the steam kind of thing.
Timmy, when he was working on the bridges and he'd
Yeah.
be working with concrete,
Yeah.
he would take long showers to get all the concrete off of him.
Sure.
But even that was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but you can tell what he was doing in there, getting the
Yeah.
concrete off of him.
Yes.
Alliya has no
Yeah.
concrete to the best of our knowledge.
No.
She
No.
seems fine.
No.
So, but she's going to do her hair herself, she says. But she's worried about it because this is Shawn's thing and she wants to be sure her hair looks good. And it winds up looking incredible.
Mhm.
And Jackie's like, okay, how much time do you need? She's like, I think I need about 2 more hours. And Jackie's like, well, that's great. You have 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But what Jackie needed to say was, girl, you have 60 minutes
Mhm.
with a lot of snapping behind her.
What?
Let's go.
I can't even imagine a world where it would take me 2 hours to do my hair.
No, me
No.
neither.
No.
I think I've said this before. A friend of mine posted one time about her like morning skincare routine taking like an hour plus in her makeup. And I posted, I'm like, I don't mean this as a dig. Like, legit, I don't know what you're doing for that long. Like,
No, please explain to me like I'm 5.
right. Because me putting on makeup takes 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like 3.5 of it feels too long.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm so not in this world that I don't understand what these things are
Agree.
at all. So, so Jackie tells her 90 minutes. So Shawn's on the way, calls Stacy, ever
Mhm.
the savior Stacy, tells Stacy what happened with his mom. And she's like, on it, give me the address. I will
Yeah.
go
She's
and
great.
take care of your mom. This is fantastic. I had a friend who did that at our wedding with Todd. It was like just kind of like my mom's chauffeur for the night. And
Mhm.
that just was like one huge relief for me to not
Yeah.
have to worry about.
Yeah.
And so he also, so he shows up at the venue. He has an alternate wig just in case Alliya
Yes.
needed an alternate wig.
Yes.
And gives it to it says, tell her she'll need to brush this out if she.
Yeah. He came prepared.
This would be one advantage of having a gay husband.
I know.
Someone who could do your hair.
I know. It'd be nice.
Well, a gay husband who's a hairstylist.
Yes.
He doesn't
Yes.
actually need to be gay. Can I just have a hairstylist as my husband?
Yes.
Is really what I'm getting to.
Yeah. Although if he were a gay hairstylist, he'd probably be a lot better at it.
And he'd probably be a lot more fun to hang out with, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so he has the dog, the rings, the flowers, and it's 104 degrees out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And we see Alliya, and she's being a perfectionist about getting ready, and we're running real late on time at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie tells Alliya now about the fall because Shawn let Jackie know. And now Alliya is so upset
Yeah.
and so worried. She really loves Shawn's mom
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and is really worried, and she's anxious, and she's worried about Shawn being upset, and she's worried about Jeannie being there. And she's starting to fall apart. She's like, and Jackie says, are you okay? She's like, no, but I'm trying to be. And we're just watching the time tick. And she's like still putting on her
Yeah.
foundation.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. It's this is so bad. Now the guests arrive and we're doing the minute by minute timer. Amy,
If I were at that wedding, I would leave.
Maxwell was in a tuxedo.
I know he was. It was really cute.
I can't with this big Muppet dog.
At what point would you get up and leave that wedding?
I don't know if I would get up and leave.
An hour
I don't know
late
what I
in
would
the
do.
heat?
See, what we did when we had our 115-degree wedding, and I was really smart of us,
Mhm.
is at the wedding site, which was, of course, in the blazing sun. All of this was poorly planned, but we did have a station of lemonade and iced tea and
Mhm.
water
Mhm.
so that before the ceremony and stuff, people
Mhm.
could get a drink, because I'm
Mhm.
really glad we did that because it was real fucking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they needed at least that.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
So he says now he just needs the ceremony to happen so he can ship his mom to the hospital and let the party begin.
Mm.
He's the least sentimental person I think we've
And I'm
ever met.
worried about his mom.
I'm worried about
He's worried about his mom,
Yeah,
and
he
he
really
really
is.
wants to get her to the hospital.
And now he's just standing up at the altar, and I'm like, "Why did you walk down the aisle if we haven't seen that Alliya is like, I feel like he's not handling the lateness of this well either.
Could there be fraud? No, there's not frauding happening because
I don't
he's
think there's
freaking
frauding.
out in anger.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pissed. He's
Yeah.
pissed.
I don't know.
And so now we're 30 minutes late, and we see her, and she's just getting into her dress.
Mhm.
And now it is 6 o'clock. We revisit the fact that she was 2 hours late to the engagement party, and everyone's starting to complain.
Yeah.
This dress, Amy, let's talk about this dress.
Okay.
She looked like a fucking smoke show, and I hate the dress.
Oh, okay.
Can both of these things be true?
Can I be real honest and
You
say I
didn't
didn't
notice the
even
dress?
have to notice the dress?
She's basically naked.
Oh, okay.
She's
Okay.
real naked in this
Yeah.
dress. Now, she looks amazing,
Mhm.
but I didn't
Mhm.
care for it.
Okay.
So,
All right.
you'll have to go back and take a look at this dress because she basically
We
is
only
naked.
saw it for a few minutes though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She says, "I feel wonderful and complete." Now it's an hour and 15 minutes late, and
No.
it's still no
No. No.
Leah.
Mm-mm.
And Shawn is like, "It is 6:30. We were supposed to be eating at 6."
I would be
I
furious.
would be
I
so
mean,
pissed.
I'm somebody who, when I go to the doctor's office, if I'm sitting for longer than half an hour, I go up and ask, "Can I just reschedule my appointment?"
Right, because this is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Unless you really need it. Yeah.
There's not, and I think this is something that's happened to me in the last maybe 5 years. Maybe COVID had something to do with it. I don't know. But there is nothing worse for me than a waste of my time.
Mm,
I would rather waste my money. I would rather waste anything else than my time because my
interesting.
time is so valuable to me.
I I am somebody who is chronically early.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought
it
about you last night as I was strolling in 20 minutes late to my cousin
oh my
dinner.
god, I would have been having
Mhm.
such a panic attack.
But
Oh my
I
god.
couldn't help it. I had a situation with the dogs.
Well, that
Yeah.
things do happen in life,
Mhm.
but, like,
Mhm.
I am one of those people who's usually walking around my house because I'm so much ahead of schedule
I'm
that
usually early too.
if I leave early, I'm going to get it's I don't understand people who are chronically late.
Yeah.
I really don't. And I know
Me
this is
either.
a blind spot for me, but I don't
That
get it.
I you know what it is? I have trauma from it from growing up with Jenny. Jenny is chronically late to
Mm.
everything. I always joked around that if I wrote a book, it would be called Waiting for Jenny because I spent so much of my life doing that.
I was always late for school, and my
Mhm.
mom drove me to school. And in 2nd grade, my teacher, Mr. Hill, said to me, if I'm tardy again, I was going to get in trouble. But I didn't know what the word tardy meant.
Ooh.
I thought he was using the yucky R word because that was a word we used back
Right.
then.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I thought
Mhm.
that's what he was calling me. And then I
Yeah.
was devastated.
Yeah, of
And I think
course.
that's part of my trauma of never being late. My teacher thinking that I was,
Yeah. Yeah. I gotcha.
yeah,
I
not
gotcha.
good.
Mhm.
So anyway, Maxwell is now going nuts. He's just running around this whole wedding in his tuxedo. His mom keeps
He's
trying to
probably so
He's
hot.
probably so hot in that tux and all that fur. I'm hot
Yes.
looking at him.
Yes.
No one has any idea what's going on. Why isn't Jackie, like, sharing
Calling,
information?
sharing information, anything.
Poking Alliya with
Yeah.
a hot poker of going,
Yeah.
"Girl, go,
Yeah.
go, go,
Yeah.
go. We don't have time for this."
Because this is all made up, that's why. Well,
And
it's not made up, but, like,
yeah,
Shawn knows exactly what's going on. There's got to be he's gotta be receiving information
something.
that they're not showing us.
Yeah.
So for the cameras, it looks like he has no idea what's going on, but I guarantee you,
He d
Jackie's texting him saying, "She's still getting ready.
Right.
She's still
I'm
getting ready.
trying.
I'm
I'm
trying.
trying.
I'm sorry." Yep. And he's just
And
getting angrier and
yeah.
angrier.
And I said they should be providing drinks. That
Yeah.
would make everybody happier.
Yeah.
And Shawn feels out of control. People are melting in the sun. And Shawn decides he's done and walks off.
Yeah.
And that's where we leave
I
him.
hate to say it, but that would be me.
I know. I'd be really pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be really pissed too. So we ready for our next time on?
Next time on, let's do it. And then we'll do And Just Like That corner.
And then we also have to do our animals. We have a lot to do.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
So Stevie says she isn't bi. Saeed is like, you still don't know her, so I'm going to continue to stir up shit.
Damn it. Okay.
Greg is nervous because of the timing issue. Greg, of all of your problems, this is the least of them.
Right.
Sarper asks Shekinah how she found him, and he's freaking out. Mina is sad, and I'm sad for her.
Me too.
The throuple swings on a swing, and Ani has to choose who she's going to marry. And Amani says, no matter the choice, they'll be fine. And I'm sure that's not true.
Yeah.
And Shawn freaks out on Alliya. And that's where we leave them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready to do some animal tracking?
I am.
Okay. Here we go.
I am.
Here we go. All right. So let's start with my assholes over here. Merlin. We're going to start with Merlin today.
Okay.
I don't know
two-timing
why.
whore.
The two-timing whore. We're just going to start. Here we go. And I told everyone on last episode, but I'll say it again. The thing that we're using here is clubocean.co. That is where we purchased these animals.
They are ours. We own them.
Yes, we own them.
Yes. You own 2 whales. I own a hawksbill turtle.
I do. I get so many people who send me whale stuff. It makes me so happy.
I know. Brings you great joy. People send me otter stuff. I understand.
Yeah. Okay. So Merlin is a daughter of mine, I guess. And she is about 15 meters.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to translate that for the
Oh,
people?
I'm sorry. 50 feet. I fell asleep at the wheel there. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So let's see where she is. Oh. Okay. Still just swimming in circles.
Girl.
Just swimming in circles off the eastern coast of Australia. Okay. So that's her. So let's go with my gold star of a child.
Your perfect son.
Title.
Yes.
Oh God, I'm turning into Lucille.
Yes, you are.
Title, do you need anything, honey?
Title, are you the best son I could ever have? Title, why don't you come see mommy?
Title, I'll clean your room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He is 15 meters.
About
a little
50
over
feet.
15 meters.
Yeah, a little over 50
now,
feet.
last we saw Title, he was headed right towards the shore, and I was very worried.
Right.
He is now turned around
Oh, good.
and is away from the shore. So
Good.
he is hanging off that coast of Queensland. If we have any Queensland backdoor friends, please let me know.
Please go find Title for us. That would be helpful.
Okay, let's go over to Yuki.
Yuki is a hawksbill turtle. He is my little boy. He is around 1 meter in size.
Which is 3 feet.
4 feet.
4 feet.
He remains in the Dutch Caribbean. And Amy, he's still
goddamn
he's
motherfucker.
just in the same area where he started. I think he's going back to the beginning.
Maybe he just wants to start all over again.
Maybe. Yeah. He was actually at the beginning he went to the exact same place on May 26, 2025.
Okay.
Today, June 1st, he's just a little bit away.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's not leaving. He's real dedicated to that area.
Maybe he's going to set up shop there so you know where to find him.
Maybe, but
he doesn't want to wander too far from the source.
There's a lot of places he's been.
Whoa.
So that's where Yuki is.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk about it just like that. Again, I saw 20 minutes of this episode.
Okay.
And it's so fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
I hate everything about it.
I hate how stupid they've made Harry.
Yes.
Charlotte remains pretty Charlotte, but I hate how stupid they've made Harry. I
don't care about the other people.
I don't care about the new characters really at all.
LTW and Seema.
Seema. I prefer LTW because I just think she's a more interesting character. Seema's just a rich asshole.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous to ask somebody to wait 5 years for you.
With no communication?
With no communication. What?
What is that about?
I understand he needs to focus on his kids. I really do.
I do too.
But that doesn't mean you can't see each other or talk to each other or engage with each other at all for 5 years.
Right, because he is probably sharing custody, right? So, I mean, talk to any single parent.
It's
possible. You live with somebody who shares custody of your stepchild.
Yes.
I mean, Todd could have a whole other thing going on while in the days he doesn't have his kid with them.
Right. We do. It's called our life. I mean, it's the
It's
same
so
as when he's
stupid.
here, we just watch TV on the couch. But, it
But
could be other things.
But theoretically, if he were
Could be
not
other
married to you, say you
Yeah.
lived in Florida.
Yes, he could
Sorry.
no. But he could come down or I could come up every time he doesn't have his kid.
Yes, it's
I
so
mean, for the first 6
stupid.
months of us being together, I left when he was with his son because
Yeah.
his son hadn't met me.
I mean, even Josh Weinstein, whose son had a horrible accident, still managed to get over to Last Resort to
Yes.
bang Natalie.
Exactly.
I mean,
Priorities.
come on.
Yes, Aiden, come
No,
on.
it's
This is stupid.
weird. And then the falling, what was the fall about? When she fell on the floor.
She just tripped.
But she had to call Miranda over? Okay, if I fell, I might need help. Carrie Bradshaw's in really good shape.
Yeah. Yeah. And she didn't seem to break anything. So it's not like she broke her ankle or something and was like, fuck, I need help. But
yeah, and she had her cell phone in her hand.
yes.
If she was injured, she could have called 911.
Yes, she could have.
It was
She
so
could have.
weird. So weird. And then Rosie O'Donnell?
I'm kind of almost here for Rosie O'Donnell.
But I was surprised. I didn't expect it.
I did not expect to see her.
I didn't know she was coming.
Nor did I expect what her backstory was.
Yeah, she's a nun.
She's a nun who's never banged anybody and is now into Miranda.
And I just feel like, look, I love the storyline of one of these ladies coming out later in life.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
I just feel like Miranda's such a poorly written character.
I know.
It's so
She
cringy.
used to be so much better.
It's so cringy.
Yeah. She used to be so much better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there's the phone sex thing with Aiden, which is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, wait till you see it. It's bad. It's real bad. Yeah.
I'm here for Shu.
I'm here for Shu. Shu the cat is the best thing that's happening right now in this
And
season.
Even in they had a scene. So we know that the trope of And Just Like That, the criticism is that they try to jam in all these social issues.
Yes.
There was something that they said, it was Charlotte and Harry and the kids. There was something they said, and I was like, come on, guys. We don't talk like this at home.
Right.
I forget what it was. It was something about sustainable clothing or something. And I was like, seriously, come on.
Oh, yeah. Talking about fast fashion and all of that.
Something like that. It was just, it's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. But I honestly feel like of all the characters they did the most dirty was Harry.
Harry
used
an
to
idiot.
be a delight.
Yes.
Harry was my favorite of all the men that all of these women have been involved with.
I agree. I always loved Harry.
I always loved him. And they're making him like a total idiot.
Yeah, I know.
It just doesn't work at all.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
No.
So yeah.
And these women are supposed to be our age and they have no idea how to do anything.
Yeah. And I am aware that in this episode, you probably heard a commercial where I was telling you to go listen to the official podcast for this. And I do stand by that.
Yeah.
Go listen to it.
Oh, I love listening to it because Michael Patrick King is
Because everybody
nuts.
tells me Michael Patrick King is pretty delulu.
Yeah, he's real delulu about the importance of this story and this show in the world.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
He thinks he's making roots over there.
Yeah, no.
No.
No. All right, guys, that has been it. That's been your episode. Let me go through what you're going to hear this week because we like to do that.
We sure do.
Let me clarify something. Murder She Watched is the new murder show podcast that I launched. It is a separate podcast.
Yes.
From Little Miss Recap. I've had some people ask me, they were a little bit confused.
Okay.
I am officially launching the Patreon later this year. It is not officially launched yet. So you can join for $5 a month to get ad-free episodes if you hate the ads.
Okay.
But that's all you're getting there. So
Right.
you're not getting there's no bonus content there. I'm going to wait until my girls go to school to really ramp that up. So I appreciate the support. If you don't want to listen to the ads and you want to sign up for $5. Now, people have asked me, is there a way Little Miss Recap Patreon subscribers can get a discount? But I'm working on that. And yes, all of that will be made clear as we go forward. But right now I'm just, I put out a survey. I'm asking people what they want to hear over there, what they're thinking. And it's been so helpful. And we're just kind of in the planning stages of everything.
Yep.
So
it will
that's
evolve
what's going
over
on.
time.
It will evolve over time. Exactly. Right now, my focus is slow-mo.
Yes.
And getting Secret Lives of Mormon Wives out.
We got a lot of slow-mo to do.
So you're hearing this on Monday, June 2nd. Tomorrow will be the Sister Wives Free preview. And I'm suspecting you're going to get a slow-mo.
Mm-hmm. I think you're going to probably get slow-mos almost every day this week.
And I'm suspecting you're going to get another slow-mo on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then on Thursday, you are going to hear Real Housewives with us and Chris DeRosa.
Yes, it was a ton of fun.
Ton of fun.
Great conversation.
No, I'm wrong. Chris DeRosa's next week?
No, Krista Rosa's this week.
Okay. I have it in my calendar wrong.
Or is it next week?
I think it's next week.
Okay. At some point, you're going to hear Krista Rosa. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Now I need to email Kristen and fix that. Okay. All right. Business meeting on air.
That's right.
Yeah, because 112, I think just you and I did.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then my girls graduate on Saturday or on Friday, so nobody talk to me.
Okay. Got it.
Or just send messages of love.
Yes. Just send her lots of
Nobody
love.
yell at me on Friday, okay?
Don't be mean to Amy on Friday.
Which is also, don't forget my Graham's birthday.
Right. So really, guys, we gotta come in with the love.
So your real talk, here's what's going to happen. Your real talk is going to be late. Your real talk is going to come on Saturday because I want to talk about the graduation.
Okay.
On Real Talk. That's my plan.
Okay.
So we'll record that Saturday morning and then we'll put it out.
Okay.
Does that work?
Probably.
Okay. So that will be on your $12 tier. You'll hear all about my daughter's graduation. That will be on Saturday the 7th.
Works perfectly.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the support. Amanda, thank you.
Amy, thank you.
And if you want to join our Facebook community, it's called Backdoor Friends. The link is in the show notes. Please do.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. All right. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Little Miss Recap. If you'd like to support the show, the best way you can do that is to join our Twin Flame universe, which is our Patreon, Supercast, and Apple subscription feeds. The links for those are in the show notes. You get ad-free episodes and a ton of bonus content. You can also subscribe to the feed so you don't miss an episode, share the show with a friend, and leave a 5-star review. To contact the show, please email me directly at amy@littlemissrecap.com or join our Facebook group Backdoor Friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.